Okay, we're joined by Mississippi State head coach James Armstrong, as well as student athletes Hannah Johnson and Zoe Main. Like we've done before, we'll start with an opening statement from you, Coach. Then we'll take questions for the student athletes and come back to questions for Coach after we dismiss them.
Obviously a great result against a really, really good side. All credit to Washington. I thought they were really, really good tonight and gave us everything that they had. The girls did what they did all season, found a way, in front of an unreal crowd. Over 4,000 people ringing their cowbells, and that's what made the difference. We talked about it before, and I'm sure these girls will mention it, but an incredible atmosphere on an incredible night against a really, really great opponent, and we're looking forward to Sunday. Once again, being able to play on our home field is something that we treasure and something we've looked forward to all season. So I'm really proud of the girls. We felt that it was going to be a game that was won in transition, on either side. They were good in transition. We're obviously good in transition, and all credit to Zoe with an unbelievable composed finish, which at the end of the day was the difference, But both sides of the ball, tremendous, and so proud of the girls and the fan base tonight coming out in full force.
We'll start with Steve. Questions for student athletes.
Hannah, you've kind of made a habit of this, but what is the secret to the deep ball? I mean, you seem to really be able to make that pass over the top where you want it, when you need it, and it always seems to happen in the biggest moments. So maybe take us through your preparation for those moments and kind of when you feel it.
Honestly, we train it a lot, and so just doing that over and over, you get used to it. And so that's all it is. I see Zoe, I see Itana running over. I mean, I've played that ball 100 times. It's just the training.
Danny?
So we talk about your breakaway goal there. You got handled this long, but you did the rest.
Honestly, right when I looked back and I saw all the space, I knew if Hannah played it, it was going to be all up to me just passing it in. I was just like, please make it, don't miss. But when it went in, I mean, it was so exciting and such a great moment with all the fans and everything. Couldn't do it without them.
Colin?
Zoe, there was a similar ball played a few minutes earlier where your first touch kind of let you down, but having those opportunities to run at the defender multiple times before you do get through on goal, how helpful was that in kind of gauging how much space you have?
I mean, just like Hannah said, it's kind of like confidence in our preparation. Like, we do it over and over, so I mean, of course you're going to make mistakes here and there, but it's all about how we still stay together and don't put our heads down and just keep fighting, and it's all about that one moment, and that ended up being the moment. So,
and even if something doesn't work out, we all pick each other up.
Yeah.
Dylan?
For both of you guys, but we'll start with Hannah. Obviously, Coach mentioned it, the electrifying crowd that was out there tonight, from students to families to, everything in between. Just talk about that and being able to play in front of those fans.
I mean, just hearing the cowbells ring all around the stadium, it's not like anything else. I've never experienced it. And truly, tonight was a night where I was like, wow, like, we've done it. This is insane. I've been here for 4 years, and we've never had that kind of a crowd. So just to have those people come out and support us, it means everything to us. And I think that was what helped us get through this game and win, honestly.
Yeah, honestly, like, for us, we always go into the game knowing when we're home, like, we have the upper hand just because of the fans.
Yeah.
Like, they bring us up when we're down, they bring us up when we're up. Like, they're incredible, their support, they're always ringing their bells, and everything is just, like, an unreal feeling.
Steve?
Hannah and both of you, very quick turnaround. I mean, you got to turn right back around and play a 3-time national champion Notre Dame team on Sunday. That's your reward for winning tonight, is to play a team like that. So, what are your thoughts? Like, what will the next 24 hours look like for you guys?
Recovery and just, that's it, recovery.
Yeah. I
Getting ready
think
for this
being
next
here
game.
is really great for us because, we get to sleep in our own beds.
Yep.
We have, like, our cryo and everything we get to do here. So I think just utilizing all of our resources will be really big for us.
Yep.
Colin?
Hannah, playing a little bit deeper than maybe you're used to, but you still kind of demonstrate that same vision for passing that you have. What is it like, sitting deeper and seeing the field a different way than you're used to?
Honestly, it's just the difference of either being on the half turn, right, Coach?
That's right. Good job.
Or automatically getting the ball and facing up. I think it's a little bit easier to spray the ball where I can see where I'm going. Honestly, I can play any of those positions. I don't mind. So I just love playing. So.
Danny?
And I know y'all feel like the job isn't over yet, but how does it feel getting to this point, round of 16 for the second straight year?
It feels great. I think we're in a better position than we were last year, so I'm really excited for this next game.
Dylan?
Hannah, for you specifically, you mentioned the fact that you've been here for 4 years. To be able to do this back-to-back years, just talk about what that means to be able to do it alongside teammates like Zoe.
I mean, honestly, we kept the same core group, but we added a few new faces. So I think it's just the depth that we bring. We have so many great players, and we're all surrounded by everyone that we love. We're truly a family, and I think that's what gets us through every day. And yes, we've been back-to-back, but this year we want to take it further. So, how far can we go?
We had this discussion in the press box. Who would win a race with the ball on this team? My money is on you, but
Zoe.
when you think about you guys
All
and,
day. Zoe.
and maybe Alana, like who would win that race?
Zoe.
What do you say?
Yeah.
No comment.
She would win all day.
It'd
She
be a
hits
really
like
good race.
22 miles an hour.
It would be good. It would be a good race. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah.
She would win.
With the ball, though.
With the ball,
Yeah,
she's still winning. She's fast.
Anything else for the student
All I
athletes?
know is we can both beat James. That's it.
There you go.
That's all
As
that
long as
matters.
we're beating our defenders, I don't care who's faster. I mean, that's all that matters.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Coach, are you staying?
I don't know, do I
You,
stay?
you stay.
Oh,
I stay.
okay.
Stay.
Thank you, ladies.
Good luck, Coach.
Now the tough questions come.
Yeah, they don't realize they're training tomorrow. They think they're just doing recovery. We've got to train tomorrow.
We're training tomorrow?
Absolutely.
All right, we'll start with Steve.
Coach, I know she didn't factor into the big moment, but it felt like early on, anytime something good happened, Kennedy Husbands was involved in it. What kind of energy did you see from her, and how would you kind of characterize her play tonight?
Yeah, I thought she had a great first half, and she's somebody that's really benefited from a little bit of rest right in between games. As a freshman coming in, playing so many minutes, she was starting to tire at the end of that SEC, season and obviously the tournament. So she's back, re-energized. She loves the game of soccer. She's always got a soccer ball at her feet, and super technical, reads the game well, tough, aggressive. And to your point, I thought she had a tremendous game today, particularly in that first half.
Colin?
Kind of building on top of that, it seemed like in the first half things didn't necessarily settle early on, and then Chelsea and Kennedy kind of get those runs out wide, and the width really comes into play, especially early in the second half. Was that part of an adjustment that you guys made for the second half at halftime?
We definitely said we needed to be better in wide areas, change the point of attack more. I think when you're, and no excuses, but you're playing in front of 4,000 people, you know what's on the line. And I think we came out a little flat, or not flat, but a little nervous, and I think it took some time to get into the game. They were very physical, and I think that once we matched their physicality and settled on the ball a little bit and got the ball into those wide areas and got better service from those areas, I thought we were better because of it. But we needed to win more second phase, win more headers. It's such a physical game. I mean, we talk about joking, we're not going to train tomorrow, obviously, because we got to rest up, but incredibly physical game. And halftime adjustments were mainly just changing the point of attack, getting the ball into wide areas, and having better quality in those areas.
Steve?
Coach, it felt maybe early on that you were kind of playing their game. They kind of dictated the tempo to you a little bit, and they were kind of packing it in. It felt like at times we're playing a little bit of kickball out there.
Yeah.
What did you see from them that kind of made it a little more difficult early on?
I mean, I think they were just really, really good at cutting off the passing lanes. Kind of inviting certain players onto the ball. And I don't think our movement ahead of those deeper players was as good as what we can do. I think we needed to find those centre midfield players more than we did. But they give them all credit. I mean, they're a really well organized team, one of the best defensive teams in the country. Coming off beating Utah State, who I think has scored 65 goals on the season against some really good teams as well. So we knew it was going to be tough. But I think we forced the ball too many times into areas we didn't want to, and then we kind of panicked a little bit, got nervous, and started to go longer. So once again at halftime, it was more like, ladies, play our game, get the ball down and really pass to one another and move for one another. And when we did that, we were better because of it.
Dylan?
Coach, we talk about it all the time. We talk about the graduates and the seniors on this team, but you've had some sophomores and freshmen step up big time for you guys. I mean, we're talking about Kennedy Husbands. I mean, Zoe Main, obviously on that goal tonight. What did you kind of see from them, and specifically stepping up in such a big moment?
Yeah, obviously we're a senior-laden team, but so many of those younger players are learning and taking the opportunity, to learn from players that have been there and done it, in terms of NCAA runs, etc. And they're like sponges right now, and it goes again to the leadership in the locker room. But yeah, I mean, you've got some of those younger players. Kennedy Husbands was obviously fantastic tonight. But you could go down and down and down on the list, and really excited for the future. But we're going to enjoy the present right now and get ready for the next one. Danny?
Coach, like we mentioned, you reached this point last year, but it's satisfying to hear that the players are not satisfied. How do you I know you like to hear that coming from your players.
Yeah, we actually had in our pre-game meeting, we talked about how a year ago, almost to the day, we felt we left something on the field against a really good Stanford team, right? We had a couple of opportunities that maybe we could have capitalized on and gave away, a set-piece goal. So what we said to the girls was all of that hard work that got us to this point today started after that game. And to Hannah's point, we added, some fresh faces, etc., more experience, throughout the course of the spring, and it just means the world to us to be able to play at home again and try and go one better, than we did. We're taking it one game at a time, but at least go one better than we did last year, because that's what we said to the players afterwards. We'll be back here next year, but we're, just remember the feeling of leaving something on the field. We were disappointed on the day, so that's kind of driven those players from that moment onwards.
We got time for one more. We'll go to Steve.
Early thoughts on Notre Dame?
Yeah, I mean, fantastic team, really dangerous going forward, deep, obviously scored 2 early goals today and rested some players, but every team's really good at this moment in time, and like you said, 3-time national champion. How awesome is it to be hosting a team like that on our home field here in Starkville, Mississippi, in front of another, hopefully, awesome crowd. We'll have to be at our best. We'll have to be better than we were tonight. But the key right now is just, how much recovery can we get in between then, because, it's going to be a physical game again, and a game whereby a team that possesses the ball really well and good in transition. So it's going to be a running game, on Sunday.